Good morning, Miss Ratna, Paiknas, and friends.
Today, we are going to show you around Satria Mandala Museum. Before we start our vlog, we are going to introduce ourselves.
Hello everyone, my name is Julian Marlin Matahari, absent 5, I'm from X2.
My name is Nuwaya Saraswati, I'm absent 8 from class X2.
Ayah menjadi Juliatu, absent 2 from X2. Please enjoy our video.
The Satria Mandala Museum is a museum of the Indonesian National Armed Force or TNI struggle history, located on Gatot Subroto Street, South Jakarta. The Satria Mandala Museum was inaugurated in 1972 by former Indonesian President Suharto. Initially, the building was the residence of one of the wife of Indonesian founding father Soekarno, namely Ratna Sari Dewi Soekarno. The name Satria Mandala comes from Sanskrit, meaning warrior, or according to other sources, the residence of warriors. Additionally, the museum houses a variety of historical artifacts related to TNI, such as various heavy and light weaponry, military attributes, banners, and emblems within the TNI. The inauguration of this museum coincided with the 27th anniversary of the TNI on October 5, 1972. Within the Satria Mandala TNI Museum Complex, there is also the Waspada Purbawisesa Museum, which features dioramas depicting the TNI and the people working together to crush the separatist movement DITII in West Java, Central Java, Aceh, South Kalimantan, and South Sulawesi during the 1960s.
Now moving on to the diorama room. In the Satria Mandala Museum, there are a total of 74 dioramas on display. But in the past, the Satria Mandala Museum could only accommodate around 20 dioramas about the TNI struggle. In 1987, an additional building called Waspada Purbawisesa was finally built, which allowed the museum's collection to grow. This diorama room has two parts. The first part is lined up near the main entrance of the museum building. The diorama in this part explains the beginning of Indonesian independence and the formation of several important bodies. The second room is located in a building called Waspada Purbawisesa. There are 34 dioramas explaining the TNI struggle to eradicate DITII troops in various regions in Indonesia.
Next, there is weapon room. Not far from the diorama room, there are stairs down to a room that display various weapons that were used by the TNI after 1950, such as Grand Rifles, M16, Hedgehog rockets, torpedoes, sea mines, and rockets made by the Western and Eastern Bloc countries. There are also other dangerous objects such as personal mines, Gombio grenades, Molotov cocktails, and mortars. For the last room, there are photos room. The place to display photos has several rooms spread through the building, such as a photos room that is specifically for the TNI General and former second President of the Republic of Indonesia, the late Suharto. In the middle of the red room, there is a bronze statue of Suharto. Then the second room contains photos related to the military, such as photos of combat vehicles, tank, jet planes, panzers, ship, helicopter, and other equipment. Then there are photos of military activities, whether they are testing combat equipment, training, ceremonies, group photos, international assignment activities, and other. There are also photos of the TNI commanders who have served and are currently serving.
Collection at the Satria Mandala Museum are indeed very diverse and provide a broad picture of the history of Indonesian people's struggle. Some interesting collections include military uniform, a collection of military uniforms used by the TNI and other troops using the struggle for independence, and medal, a collection of medals given to national heroes and troops who fought during the struggle for independence. Other objects a collection of the other objects related to the history of the Indonesian people struggle, such as weapons, military equipment, and historical documents. With these interesting collections, the Satria Mandala Museum is one of the important museum in Indonesia for studying the history of Indonesian people struggle.
Here are some additional information about this museum. History of the museum. Satria Mandala Museum was established in 1972 and inaugurated by President Suharto. This museum was originally named Abri Museum and then changed its name to Satria Mandala Museum in 2000. Interesting collections. In addition to the collections mentioned earlier, this museum also has other collections such as military uniforms, medals, and other objects related to the history of the Indonesian nation's struggle. Exhibition space. This museum has several spacious and comfortable exhibition spaces so that visitors can freely enjoy the collections on display. It holds educational activities such as seminars, workshops, and other activities that aim to increase public awareness and knowledge about the history of the Indonesian people's struggle. Strategic location. This museum is located in the center of Jakarta, making it easy for visitors to reach. Its strategic location also allows visitors to visit other historical places in Jakarta. Supporting facilities. This museum also has supporting facilities such as a library, auditorium, and souvenir shop that sells various items related to the history of the Indonesian people's struggle. Thus, the Satria Mandala Museum is not only a military museum, but also an educational institution that plays an important role in preserving and promoting the history of the Indonesian people's struggle. This museum is very suitable for the wider community to visit, especially students who want to learn the history of their country.
Satria Mandala Museum, there are a lot of collection of weapons and military equipment used by the TNI and other troops during the struggle for independence, such as firearms, tank, and air rifles. And in this museum also has several dioramas and miniature depicting important events in the history of the Indonesian people struggle, such as the March 1 General Offensive and the November 10 incident. And in Museum Satria Mandala had a lot of collection of photos and the document. This museum has a collection of photos and documents related to the history of the Indonesian people's struggles, such as photos of national heroes, important events, and the historical document. And the most interesting part of the museum, this museum has a collection of aircraft and vehicles used by the TNI and other troops during the struggle for independence, such as fighter planes, helicopters, and tanks.
Thank you for watching. See you next time.